Welcome back to Kiki's Self-Mastery. My name is Kiki LaFleur. I'm going to jump right in. I survived a narcissist and I want to share with you what it cost me. And it cost me a lot. It cost me my health. It cost me my friends, my family. It cost me my sanity, my emotions, my nervous system. When I tell you there is so much that your body literally goes through when you are dealing with a narcissist, you have no clue up until it's too late, especially when you have no idea what a narcissist is. And it costs you so much. It costs me my finances. It costs me my job, working. Once I walked away from that demon, I literally was incapable of working again because my mental health was so poor. My physical health was so poor that I literally didn't have it in me anymore. When I tell you my body needed a break, my body needed a break. To this very day, it still needs a break. I'm still going through the healing process, but it's been years, okay? Like, that's how much your body actually goes through when you're dealing with the narcissist. It costs you almost everything. And when I promise you, if I would have stayed, it would have cost me my own life. I'm so grateful that I survived. I'm grateful that I was able to have people around me to guide me and wake me up, because I've lost so much since then. I've lost people that I thought that I would be in my life to this very day, if anything forever, and they're all gone. And I'm okay with that. I've learned to accept that. But it was a huge wake-up call. Like, being with a narcissist, when you're done, when you walk away, if you're able to walk away, if not, if they disregard you, because they do that, they tend to discard people first. Either way, congratulations, because you are on your way to heal and or are healing. And there's so much that you realize after the fact that has gone on with you mentally, physically, emotionally, that you don't know the damage that's been done until it's over. You don't know. Why? Because you are incapable of regulating your emotions. You are incapable of having less anxiety. Your nervous system is out of whack. Everything is out of whack. Everything about you is literally out of whack. So you're just trying to survive. You're just trying to put pieces together that's being broken every single time that you try to put the pieces together, especially when you're with them. When you're with them, if I've been with narcissists and you are going through the process of realizing this isn't right for me, I gotta leave, I gotta escape this, you're then trying to put yourself together. And while you're trying to put yourself together, they're still in the picture. So they're there still breaking down what you're trying to build up. That is tremendously hard. You can't do nothing but focus on other than trying to survive. You have no other ability or will to do anything when it comes to regulating yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. You can't focus on any of it other than, how can I escape this? How can I escape this? What is it that I can do to make myself okay for today? You know what I mean? Like, it's a day-to-day process. And it literally cost me almost everything that I used to know is not the same anymore. My isolation bubble that I had to put myself in, if you're not aware of this, please check out the last video, and I'll have it in the cards so you can see and understand where I'm coming from as far as my isolation bubble and things like that. But because of that, I had to lose so many things, so many people, so many families, so many friends. Like, I had to walk away from everything that I even known about myself. I had to, because I lost it. I just lost it. I lost my capability of being who I thought I was before the narcissist. I no longer had those things. I literally stopped caring about almost everything, literally. Almost everything. I did not know who I was. And who I thought I was trying to get back, but it wasn't resonating with me anymore. And it wasn't syncing with me anymore. And in my mind, I'm like, why can't I do any of these? Why can't I do these things? Why is it that it's so hard to, for example, listen to an audiobook? I love books so much. And I used to listen to audiobooks that I love a lot, like 2, 3, 10 times, depending on how much I loved it, 15 times to absorb it. I had no desire, zero. I stopped watching movies. I love movies. I'm an actor. I'm a filmmaker. This is what I do. This is what I love. I could not do any of that stuff. I didn't care. You know what I started to do? Like, there was at one point, and I just was like, I'm watching Nature Channel, because I felt so much more closer to nature, that was the only thing that brought me peace and comfort, that especially when it came to winding down, or just like clearing my mind in the afternoon, or even in the morning. If I found like the mornings were being a little hectic, I would put on the Nature Channel and I would just watch animals, and it would be the most peaceful thing that I could have done. And I did it every day. I did it religiously every single day, because I couldn't be in the world. You know, I may have been on social media, but even then I kind of like disconnected. You know, I stopped posting. I stopped, made my page private, because I didn't want people to see me anymore. Like I went so far deep into myself that I felt like I had no choice, because I couldn't recognize who I was. And I also didn't want people to, how do I say it? Like, I wasn't normal. So I couldn't participate on my social media and things like that, or go out and hang around people, because unless it was my family, it was the only people that I hanged around the most was my family. And they were the only people that I really could escape from. Like, it wasn't a reminder. Like, it wasn't a reminder of what I've been through, or who I used to be. Like, it's kind of weird to say like around your family, but I just felt so comfortable, because my family is so fun to be around, that I think we all just get around each other to escape, that we just allow ourselves to have so much fun that we can always be in a moment. It's never really too deep, too heavy. We don't disagree. You know, we get along really, really well. And compared to some of the friends that I had, like, I just felt so disconnected. And that was the other thing. I was so awakened. Like, when you go through the most toxic experience of your life, you wake up in a way that allows you to realize that the things that used to matter don't matter. They're irrelevant. They're minor. They're just so minuscule that it's like there are so many more important things in life, and this just isn't it. And it happens on every level, in every part of your life, that you just fully need to disconnect in order to now realize who you are. Who is this new person? I need to discover who this person is now, because that old me no longer exists. Because that old you no longer exists, you literally have to do the work, and you have to go through the dark night of the soul. You literally have to go through all your traumas. You have to go through all of the things that you have been trying to hold on to or disregard or put in the back burner. You have to figure out what makes you tick now, because everything else that you used to know no longer works. For example, I went through a phase of healing where it's like this is so baffling, because it's like, it's not me. I was a clean freak, not OCD though, okay? Like, I'll be all right if 1 or 2 dishes are in the sink, but piled up, I'm like, what's wrong with me? I don't care though. Like, I literally stopped caring. I stopped caring. You know, there would be clothes here, my vanity would be messed up, and I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't care. And I was like, what is wrong with me? But the reality was that what used to bother me no longer bothered me. I got comfortable in the mess, which is weird for me, because that wasn't what I was used to. But it allowed me to focus on the things that were super important to me, which was my health and my well-being and healing throughout this process, because I had to recognize that because I had PTSD, my nervous system was out of whack. So it was more important for me to recognize how to deal with this anxiety and all these things that my body was going through than to freaking care about some stupid dishes in the sink. Like, it wasn't important to me. But that affected me in everything else. Like, certain bills weren't getting paid. Like, I was just like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Like, I'll figure it out, you know? And then when the time comes and I really had no choice, then I would just get my butt up and I would do it. But it was really forcing me to do. I was forcing myself to do a lot of those things and taking care of the business and running a household and keeping a roof over my head. Like, I had to make sure I kept the roof over my head, but it was always last minute, always at the very end. And my peace was shattered. So going into an isolation bubble and tightening it up was super important, because I didn't need distractions. I didn't need other people in my ear. I didn't need to coexist in the world the way that I used to, because I no longer could relate to a lot of people. I just couldn't. I couldn't relate. Like, it woke me up in such a way that I could not be blind to a lot of things, to society, to my environment, to the people around me. Where I've lived here for a very long time, and I was complacent. Even though I wanted to move, but there was a level of complacency because I had a good management, making sure that they maintained the house. And I didn't want to leave that. I didn't want to go to another apartment or whatever and deal with a slumlord, so on and so forth. So I got comfortable where I was because of the great environment that it was, at least in my mind then, before the narcissist. After the narcissist, it was a wake-up call that I was living in hell. And I didn't even know it. I was living in hell. Like, granted, I had one neighbor that I didn't like, but then she moved. And then her family moved in, like, she sublet it, and they were even worse. And then I just realized, oh my God, like, this is hell. Even my environment, like, when I look around, I'm like, I know it wasn't great, but when I tell you I look around now with a different perspective, it is hell. And that's what I mean when I say, like, so now when I go outside, I'm in incognito mode. I'm in and I'm out. Like, I go out, I run my errand really quickly, and I come back home and I stay in my isolation bubble. Why? Because I needed to heal myself in such a way that allowed me the time, the peace to do so. Like, all of it. I needed this feng shui type of environment for myself in order to heal, because I couldn't go back out into the world with this level of chaos that was going on with me internally. And I didn't know that being with a narcissist would have cost me everything. And I just hope that this can resonate with you so that you know what to do moving forward, so that you can become the best version of yourself, because there is a way out. There is a healing process out of it. You just have to connect with yourself. You have to go through it though. You have to go through the healing process. Some people they just want to give up, and you can't. Like, you really can't. You can't have it in you to give up. And I'm saying this from someone who wanted to give up, okay? And although there were times where it just got so heavy and so hard, and just the thought of wanting to give up, it's like, but you have to have that level of resilience to know that I just got to get through this day. And eventually this too shall pass. And you have to be kind to yourself. You have to talk positive words over yourself. You have to pray. You have to meditate. You have to calm your body, because dealing with a narcissist screws up your nervous system that if you do not calm your body, it's going to hurt you eternally. Your nervous system is going to get so out of whack that your immune system is going to break down, and you're going to continue to have more health problems, and it's just going to get worse. So you have to literally make the sacrifice. And even if you can't, let's just say you have to go to work. You don't have the privilege, because I feel like it's a privilege when you could take year off of not working to really just focus on your health. It's a privilege. And when you don't have that privilege to do so, you got to do whatever it takes to figure out what is it that I can do, even if it's an hour a day. And what I would recommend, because I definitely did this, especially with that narc, because I felt my body going out of whack, and my body started to crave meditation with that demon. And I used to meditate a lot. It craved it so much that when I didn't do it, I knew that there was a huge difference, to the point where now my body doesn't crave it as much. Why? Because I've had the level of peace. But when you are able, meditation, a lot of people, they feel like they have a hard time meditating because they can't quiet their mind, but it takes practice. Stop using that as an excuse. It takes practice. Meditation is not just about clearing your mind. It's about teaching your body to be calm. And the more you do it, the easier it gets, the more your body starts to crave it and or need it. And you start to know the difference when you aren't calm, when anxiety happens, when you start to get angry or upset. And even when you're happy, like, you start to feel the difference. When you're with a narcissist, you can't feel left, right, up, down. You don't know what the hell is going on with you. But when you go to a place of silence, you're able to separate the two. And that is the point. You want to be able to separate the two, so much so that you're not triggered as much. You're not triggered as often. Your body has a break, from all this craziness that's going on with it. You need to give your body a break as much and often as possible. And if you haven't meditated, if you don't know about meditation, I recommend you try it. You got to get past the thoughts happening, because they're going to come. Once you realize that your thoughts will always be there, you just got to get better at disregarding it. That's really what it's about. Get better at disregarding it. You start to realize how calm your body gets, and you'll realize that you aren't being as triggered as you used to, and your body and nervous system will start to normalize. And there's so much more, but that's a starting point for you guys. So I hope this helps when it comes to understanding what it cost me, and I'm just happy that I'm able to finally share this with you guys, because it took a while to get here. It took a while to get here, you guys. And I hope that helps. So there will be more videos. Feel free to check out the next one. Until next time.